This morning, we have an update to an alert we first brought you last week.
Back on February 17th, Abbott Nutrition recalled certain baby formulas made at its facility in Sturgis. Those were involving the brands Alimentum, Similac, and EleCare. The FDA reports 5 children have gotten sick after drinking these formulas and 2 have died.
This week, the company expanded this recall to include another brand of Similac formulated with lowered mineral intake after it learned the most recent child who died had consumed it.
The FDA says the child had an infection and the formula may have been a contributing factor in the child's death. News Channel 3's Lexi Petrovich is live in studio this morning after talking with pediatric health experts on what parents can do amid this supply shortage and dangerous recall. Lexi.
Kirk, Laura, that's right. And it's a scary time for parents right now as we learn more about these recent developments. The shortage coupled with recalls forcing parents to travel dozens of miles away from their local stores to find the baby formula their kids need. We've heard from some of you parents as you try to figure out what can be done to keep your kids healthy and fed at a time that it's becoming increasingly difficult to find common formula brands. Doctors say if stores are out of the brand you are used to buying, they first recommend trying to find a comparable brand. If that's unsuccessful, they say you should contact your doctor. However, they say not to give a child under a year-old whole milk as a replacement for formula or breast milk because the nutritional value is vastly different.
So a baby that has especially cow's milk before 12 months, the digestive system is not fully developed before 12 months. And so if we use cow's milk, it can cause micro-tearing of the gut.
But just in general, because a lot of the pureed foods, they're not going to have that level of fat and protein, which is really the key component that we see within the breast milk or the formula, kind of that milk-based diet that most babies have. Those risks are going to fall into growth delays, developmental delays, and just, general health. Honestly, because obviously you want to make sure that you're boosting nutrition to be able to maintain things like your immune system.
If you have mixed other liquids or food items with your baby's formula, look for symptoms like a fever, vomiting, or blood in the stool. All of those can be signs that your child may be getting sick. Bronson Healthcare also has a mother's milk bank where they collect and distribute donated human milk. Recently, they've seen a slight increase in their inquiries due to the formula recall. However, Bronson only uses that milk for infants in their neonatal intensive care unit.
A Calhoun County man is now on trial for murder and authorities have not had a body. Amber Griffin was last seen alive in June of 2020. Her remains have never been found. The Battle Creek mom is now presumed dead and her boyfriend is on trial for murder. Our Mike Kravesick joining us live in Battle Creek to tell us why the prosecution's confident there's enough evidence, Mike, to convict even without a body.
Yeah, that's right, Andy. During opening arguments here in Calhoun County Court, the prosecutor arguing the combination of the cell phone and DNA evidence points to Derek Horton as Amber Griffin's killer. Horton's defense strategy, meanwhile, unclear, as his defense attorney deferring not to make an opening statement on the first day of trial today. On the first day of the trial, prosecutors playing a 911 call, investigators say, captures Derek Horton assaulting Amber Griffin inside a Battle Creek home. Investigators say the 27-year-old had made the call from the basement while a party upstairs was underway. The owner of a local hardware store testifying today, Horton bought a shovel from him hours after that brief 911 call. Horton and Griffin's mom reported her missing the next day, June 24th, 2020. Presumed dead since early last year, Griffin's body has not been found. Detectives testifying her blood was found all over the Oneida Street house the couple shared and in a camper trailer at a mobile home park in Bedford Township. On the stand today, one of the couple's mobile home park neighbors who says Griffin seemed scared of her life when she was around Horton.
Amber would not talk. And every time she would say something, Derek would look at her and she would stop talking. And that gave me, I don't know what the word is, but that gave me like I felt like she was being controlled.
Michael Crenbrook says he noticed that fear after hanging out with the couple just once.
When I went into their house, Amber had a look of absolute sheer terror on her face.
couple had been dating for 5 years. And according to investigators, Horton had a history of violence against Griffin. Day 2 of the trial will resume here in Calhoun County tomorrow. The county prosecutor tells me he plans to call a total of 32 more witnesses, including Amber Griffin's mom, set to testify here tomorrow. This case could stretch until next week.
Western Michigan University Public Safety is looking for 3 men involved in a strong-arm robbery that happened earlier today, and it's leaving some students a little uneasy on campus.
That sure is. News Channel 3's Tricia McCauley is joining us live on campus to tell us what safety precautions the students at Western are now calling for.
Andy and Erica, police say 3 men robbed someone right here in this parking lot around 1 a.m. This is lot 54, where a lot of students who live right down there, that's Valley 1 dorms, they park their cars up here. Now I've been looking around and there are no cameras, there are some lights, but students say they do want cameras for safety. Right now it is unclear if the person that was robbed is a WMU student. Many waking up this morning to that alert, that a message that a crime happened. Now tell me they're on high alert.
I woke up to that text this morning about the strong-arm robbery, and it was right next to where I live.
I just think it's just another reason that we need more safety precautions here.
A strong-armed robbery on Western Michigan University's campus. An alert went out to WMU students and staff saying to be cautious if you are in the area, leaving some on edge.
Being like a white man, I feel relatively safe, but I can understand the lack of safety for other people.
Do you feel safe on campus?
At times, yes, when I'm walking with other people I do, but by myself I would never walk around at night, so personally no.
WMU students say they feel safer on campus compared to the surrounding area. The Kalamazoo Department of Public Safety reported a robbery, armed robbery, felonious assault, and shooting just off WMU's campus during the fall semester. KDPS says they got more than 20 calls to one off-campus apartment complex in the fall.
I think that we could be better, but we could be worse. I think that Western does a pretty decent job now with at least updating us.
WMU students say they want more safety measures put in place, like cameras on campus, more police patrols, and transparency from university leaders.
I think in general the university needs to be more upfront with students about what's going on, and instead of trying to hide behind walls of no, everything's fine, be upfront. No, not everything's fine, and we're working on this and this to make it better.
Tonight, WMU Public Safety says the 3 suspects are still on the loose. They described the men as college-age kids, and they got away driving a dark-colored sedan. I did reach out to the university spokesperson for a comment on the strong-armed robbery. She said they had nothing further to add at this time.